And a good morning to you. Working a little equipment here this morning. Got a couple different boards set up trying to get back to where we used to be, but got a little bit of a mess, but it'll be okay. Glad to have you along with me here this morning. Thanks for joining in. Didn't get as cold this morning. Got down to around 50 is what I saw. I got 51 right now. Going to get up to about 80, and that's enough. Okay? We don't need anything above that. 80 is completely fine. Let's don't do anything above that. Let's just say that 80. Okay, I'll take it up to 85. 85 is the best I can do. But Brian Huss, good morning. Good morning, Milton. Still in the hospital. We're praying for you, my friend. Hopefully you can get out soon. But we're thinking about you all the time. Stephen Lowe, good morning. Glad to have you along as well. Let's see. Get the spectacular spectacles on here. Let me give you some updates from playoff action that got started yesterday. Now, there may be some changes in games as the week goes on. They're calling for rain Friday and Saturday, so they may move some of these softball, baseball playoff games up to Thursday so they can get them in before the rain comes in. But let me give you the results that I have. I'm only missing one local score for West Lincoln in softball, and so we'll have to get that one for you. But let me give you softball playoff action from yesterday. Cherryville defeated Swain County 12-2. They'll take on North Stokes in the second round. Highland fell to South Stokes 9-0. It was Mountain Island Charter over Piedmont Community in Gastonia 26-4. And East Wilkes beat Bessemer City 18-1. That's 1A first round softball. 2A. I got to get my mics fixed and organized here too. I'm not feeling it. I'm not flowing here this morning. Lincoln Charter fell to Wilkes Central 6-2 in the 2A, and Southwestern. I'm not exactly sure because it's cut off on my sheet. Maiden fell 7-4 in the 2A. On the other side of the bracket, Bandy's defeated East Gaston 16-0. And RS Central West Lincoln, I don't have a score. So if somebody's got a score on that, if you pass it along, I would appreciate it. 3A, East Lincoln defeated West Charlotte 16-0. They'll play East Rowan at home next round. Kings Mountain fell to High Brighton 9-0. Central Cabarrus defeated Freddie Ford 18-4. It was North Lincoln over Inca. North Lincoln will travel to North Buncombe in next round play for softball. St. Stephen's fell to Stuart Kramer, and it was Crest over Central. Here again, I can't see the whole thing. So they're out of the playoffs. 4A, two teams locally. Lake Norman defeated McDowell 8-5. They'll travel to East Forsyth on the next round. And Mooresville defeated the Butler. They will host Piedmont in the next round, Piedmont High School. So that's your softball. Like I said, if you can give me something on West Lincoln's, I'll be glad to update it on our list here as well. In the baseball side of things, it was Cherryville over Piedmont Community 10-0. Cherryville will host Mountain Island Charter in the next round. I hadn't got there, Richie. I'm giving it right now. Randleman defeated Lincolnton 15-0. Good morning, Richie. This is in baseball now. Bandy's defeated Shelby 10-1. Bandy's will host Mount Pleasant in the next round. Burns defeated West Wilkes. They will host Trinity in the next round. It was Lincoln Charter over Surrey Central 7-5. They will host Forbush in the next round. Bunker Hill fell to North Stanley in the 2A bracket. In the 3A bracket, it was South Point over West Rowan 4-1. They'll take on South Rowan. South Rowan beat West Charlotte 23-1. North Lincoln, which was the game that we will have on Thursday or Friday, depending on when the game is, scheduled for Friday but could move up. North Lincoln defeated North Iredell 7-4. They'll take on Crest, and they will host that game. They will host Crest in the next round. Kings Mountain defeated Tuscola 4-3. Kings Mountain will host Carson. It was East Lincoln, which is the game we had last night. They defeated Forest View 8-0, and East Lincoln will travel to Eastern Guilford for the next round. Bob said RS Central beat West Lincoln 5-1. Thank you, Bob. Let me update that on my list before I go any further. So if I need to update these, 5-1. Okay. And let me go back here. We were in the 3A. Hickory fell to Parkwood yesterday, 10-0, and St. Stephen's defeated Central Davidson. So Parkwood will host St. Stephen's in the next round. In the 4A, it was Lake Norman over the Butler, 1-0. They'll take on South Meck. They will host South Meck. And T.C. Roberson put Mooresville out 10-1. So that's the local scores that I have in softball and baseball. And Bob, I appreciate that. Appreciate that update on West Lincoln. That was the only thing that Max Preps did not have on their site. So that's the only place I can go to get scores usually and find what I'm looking for. Let's see what else we got going on. Bill Bender's going to join us about 8:20. Juju will follow him up as he usually does on Wednesdays. Playoff action is kind of dominating sports for right now. Bob Lanier, I think this just happened. Yeah, Bob Lanier, Hall of Famer, played for the Detroit Pistons and the Milwaukee Bucks, passed away yesterday at the age of 73. And at one time, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Bob Lanier have the biggest feet in basketball at one time? Like a 23, 24, huge man. I'm sorry, here it is. He was known for wearing size 22 shoes, although that was disputed in 1989 by a Converse representative who told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that Lanier wore 18 and a half. The 22 was reputed to wear was a Korean size. I've got to tell you, I've seen a pair of those. They were huge. I don't care what they were huge. He played at St. Bonaventure, where he averaged 27.6 points and 15.7 rebounds in 3 seasons. They made it to the Final Four in 1970. He injured his knee in the regional final, and the Bonnies lost to Jacksonville in the national semifinals. He had a lot of, big guys, and I consider myself one of those, but not like him. You deal with a lot of joint issues because of your size and your weight and those type things. But he had a lot of orthopedic injuries, shoulder, back, elbow, hand, toe during his career. But he was one of the top NBA centers of his era. All-rookie team in 1971, averaged 21 points, 11 rebounds per game for each of the next 7 seasons. He was MVP of the All-Star game in 74, and just a great competitor. Another one that we have lost in the way of sports legends, Bob Lanier. And I'd never seen that. Richie said ACC softball starts today. Richie, I was watching the play-in game last night between South Carolina and Texas A&M in the SEC softball tournament. I am a women's softball nut. Love to watch the game. Been watching. I usually watch a game every night, and now the conference tournaments are going on, and the World Series will be starting soon. And I think I've told you this before. That's on my bucket list. I want to go to the Women's World Series in softball. That's one of those bucket list trips I want to do. I know it'll be ungodly hot, but that's okay. I want to go. My Tigers are doing pretty well in women's softball, by the way. Lindsay, good morning. She says, go Canes. And the Hurricanes are doing pretty well. I'll see if I can catch you up on some of that as well. Let's see. The Kings beat the Oilers in overtime. This is not on the top of the ESPN headline list. Let's just put it that way. It was Hurricanes over the Bruins 5-1. They lead the series 3-2. The Blues beat the Wild 5-2. They lead 3-2. And the Maple Leafs over the Lightning. The Maple Leafs lead 3-2. And then the Kings in overtime over the Oilers. They lead that series 3-2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is right. Didn't the Canes win a championship? Didn't they win a Stanley Cup? I'm thinking like they did. It's been a number of years ago, but I'm thinking like they did. Andy Royals, good morning. Glad to have you with us as well. there's rumors going around. Of course, the big story yesterday came out was Brady to Fox. A 10-year deal. Let me get my numbers correct here. 10-year deal, $375 million contract. The most lucrative in sports broadcasting history. Here's the deal. Troy Aikman, always in my mind, had been pretty much the top in the recent history. Never a Romo fan. Not just not. He does a good job. I'm just not sure it was that. Those two guys are going to be on the sidelines when it comes to this because Brady has already announced he's going to sign with Fox as their lead analyst when he retires. Now, a lot of people say he's going to play 2 more years. I heard a talking head talk about it yesterday that they're not looking for this to happen until after the 22 season. I'm sorry, the 23 season, this year and next year, but we'll see. We'll see what he does. He will be alongside play-by-play announcer Kevin Burkhardt and will work as an ambassador for Fox with a focus on client and promotional initiatives. Wow. Said he tweeted that he's excited to eventually join Fox, but noted he still has some unfinished business to take care of as a player. Brady has made $302,674,250 in his career, scheduled to make another 15, which will bring his earnings up to just over $317 million. And then he will be, there's another $375 million. So he sports between playing and his broadcast career, looking at making over $500 million. Yeah, that's with a B, $500 million. Lincoln says, attaboy, Lincoln. Wonder if we can get him to admit all the times he cheated. I'm doubting it. Lindsay said that the Canes won it back in 2006, she's thinking. They brought the cup on tour when she was at ECU and had a picture taken with it, so that was 2006. Yes, we all know how old you are, which makes me even older. So we don't have to go there. I'm old as dirt. The NFL has announced, and I've got to look at my calendar and just see. Christmas falls on a Sunday this year, and Christmas Day has traditionally been dedicated to NBA. Never one of my favorite sports days because I'm not into NBA. But the Broncos will play the Rams as part of an NFL triple header on Christmas Day this year. The Week 16 game on CBS and Nickelodeon at 4:30 will be the second game of a triple header. That will be the second game of the day. And I'm trying to find – they'll give the complete schedule later. I'm excited that they're going to do 2 weeks of Monday Night Football doubleheader. I think that needs to be every week because I like watching that early game, and I wouldn't care if you started it at 6, but let's say you started at 7, and then you start that West Coast game at 10. On the West Coast, it's still not but 7 o'clock. It's not that 8:30 mess. That's just too late. You've got too much space between, too much time difference between the two zones. It's hard to start those games late. I think you'll see some of that starting to back up a little bit when you could do multiple games. Now, championship games like the National Championship in football, National Championship in basketball, it's hard to do that. Richie said Nickelodeon, they're going to spin the players when they get a penalty. Yeah, I used to be a big Nickelodeon fan, but I've kind of grown out of it. Let me take a break. We come back. Bill Bender will join us on the other side.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com. At Stifel Nicholas, we're committed to offering investors personalized investment guidance. We're a full-service organization with departments staffed with professionals that specialize in a wide range of investment opportunities, from the most conservative to the most aggressive. We strive to give each account, regardless of size, careful, individual attention. Call Fort Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. And welcome back. Glad to have you here on a Hump Day Wednesday. Got some nice weather brewing out there today, and going to be warmer than I would like it, let's put it that way. But that's okay. We'll take what we get. Let me head to our phone lines as we do each and every Wednesday and check with our good friend Bill Bender. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Lanny. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't know that anybody's talking about it, and I thought my first question to you this morning is, where's Baker Mayfield gone? He's not even in the headlines. Nobody's talking about it. Is he going to be like Johnny Manziel, just kind of drift off into obscurity?
No, he's going to play somewhere. I mean, but the question is where. And I mean, the Browns. The longer this goes, the longer the Browns set themselves up for some epic embarrassment if he's still on the roster. I mean, are they really waiting till Deshaun Watson, the decision on him comes in? There's no way Baker's going to play for them in week 1 if he's still on the roster.
And he's not going to be a backup.
No. So I think that's what makes this potentially disastrous from a PR standpoint. But then again, that's the Cleveland Browns, and they're good at that.
You know, another topic that I saw, of course, we'll talk a minute about Brady's big contract, but Urban Meyer is back in the news. One of the things that was going out is he was going to rejoin that college crew in that the pregame show that they do, I guess, on Fox, if I'm not mistaken. And then I started hearing rumors that he may be the next head coach at Texas. Any thoughts?
I mean, well, he would do the studio first, then go back to Texas, right? So
yes.
It'd be another,
yes.
Like, it's. I don't even know. We know the Urban Meyer cycle by now. It's take a year off, go do a great job in the studio, which he is. He's really good. And then if Sarkisian flames out at Texas, and that's going to take a minute. They're not going to, fire Steve Sarkisian after 2 years, but then again, that's Texas. With all the NIL money coming in, Urban Meyer would be a hit down there. That's the job he should have taken 2 years ago.
Yeah, because he's not cut out for the pro ranks. He's just not cut out for that. Now, you did an article that the transfer portal has closed for 2022. So what happens now to all those kids that are still out there in the portal?
I mean, they could still transfer, but if they're in the portal, they can be immediately eligible. So you couldn't enter the portal now and be immediately eligible. So those kids can still find a school, and obviously some of that stretches into these summer months. And then we go from there. But, it's another ride through. It's been a crazy ride through. I think Jordan Addison's probably the biggest name in there that could land at a USC or an Alabama and play right away and be a huge piece of I can't think of the last time the Blitnikoff Award winner entered the portal. And he is that good. So he's going to be a big get for somebody here over the next month or so once he decides where he's going to play.
You wrote in your article, you talked about some winners and losers. Is Georgia going to struggle to be back in contention? I mean, they put 15 kids in the draft in the NFL. Are they that deep that they can kind of reload a little bit instead of rebuild?
I mean, they won't be as good as they were last year on that side of the ball, but they're still some really good pieces. They've got Jalen Carter. He'll be a top 5 pick. They've got Nolan Smith. They've got Kaylee Ringo. All of those guys are first-round picks. Their offense should be pretty good around Stetson Bennett and the receivers, and they've got the best tight end in the country, or one of the best tight ends in the country, in Brock Bowers. So, Lanny, I think they're still going to be the best team in the SEC East, but I think this is kind of what these two might do every other year is this year it seems like Alabama's going to be that team that's got they could break Georgia's record next year, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, there's just a ton of people come out of there. The other one you wrote about was Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is a winner. And the first line in the article says Lane Kiffin knows how to use free agency too. My question is, has Lane Kiffin finally grown up and kind of settled down and matured a little bit to actually be the kind of coach that he can be?
He's a good coach.
But he just wasn't mature in handling things. He was a great coach, but he didn't know how to handle the auxiliary things around him.
Well, and he still has his moments where he still has blips of that, like last year when they played Alabama and he went for it on every 4th down in the first quarter and ended up giving Alabama 14 points. So there's still moments of that, but he's still a very good coach.
Yes.
And he knows how to work the portal. I think he's grown up and bright offensive mind too. So the guys that he brought in, Jackson Dart, Zach Evans, the guy that was a 5-star running back that I think one of those kind of, I don't want to say a misfit, but didn't kind of get it done at TCU. I think he could have a good career at Ole Miss in that offense. So yeah, I mean, anybody knows how to do it. It's Lane, and I've always kind of liked and enjoyed what he does.
Oh, yeah. I had no problem with what he does on the field. It's the way he made decisions and some of the things that he did off the field, I guess, that bothered me a little bit. Now, you did your preseason top 25 for the coming fall. And, of course, you've got Alabama up on top, followed by Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Texas A&M, Michigan, Notre Dame, Utah, Oregon, and Baylor. That's your top 10. Now, Oklahoma on your list fell down to 11, but my question is, you've got USC at 14. How long before Lincoln Riley can put them in the top 10 or even the top 5?
I mean, it could be this year. They could win the Pac-12 this year. Mm-hmm. Now, they're going to have some exciting skill position talent with Caleb Williams, Travis Dye, maybe Jordan Addison on top of it, Mario Williams. Where they may not have it yet, and this is what he's going to do, and this is going to sound familiar for those of them that followed Riley at Oklahoma, is they're going to have it in the trenches, the offensive line, the defensive line. Do they have enough depth to go out and beat the heavyweight SEC teams in Ohio State in the trenches, and that's going to take a few cycles at USC before that happens.
Now, in the top 25, you've got some ACC teams in there. Of course, you've got Clemson in there, and you've got Wake at 18, NC State at 19. Has the Mac Brown experiment at Carolina, has it run its course, especially having to replace Sam Howell?
I wouldn't say that yet. I think he did a good job. Last year, they lost a lot of skill positions in the NFL. NC State still hasn't broke through and won that ACC championship. And they had an opportunity last year, and they've got a really good quarterback in Devin Leary. So they're kind of in North Carolina position this year, if that makes sense. People are kind of making them to break through. Wake Forest, going to have a great offense, but still didn't beat Clemson. This is my long-winded way of saying you didn't get Clemson last year. If you didn't get them, you might be in trouble this year. And if you did get them, you might be in trouble because I think Clemson's going to have a really good defense. A lot of talent coming back. Could be like a Empire Strikes Back type year for them.
Yeah, one of the other questions that from one of our listeners came up, he said, don't sleep on my Hurricanes. He's a big Miami fan. Van Dyke's one of the best quarterbacks in the country and moving up for the Heisman. I saw an article this morning that DJ from Clemson is back in the Heisman running. I'm not sure he's a starting quarterback based on what I saw last year.
I mean, Miami's okay. I mean, there's gonna be a transition period. Yeah, they're gonna have some talent, but again, this is a team that has been wildly inconsistent from day one in the ACC. So, I mean, everybody that wants to bring the U back, I get that they could have a good year. But to me, you can't really say the U is back or even make that claim or even start to make that claim until they win an ACC championship, which they have not done. So. But I think Mario Cristobal is going to do a good job there, and it's just going to be a process, and it starts with recruiting in that area. We've seen that model work twice with Butch and obviously with Snellenberger and those guys. So we'll see.
Well, that's one of the, I guess, and I hate to say this, but I'll say it anyway, based on their history now, I'm just speaking from history, you would think that Miami would be one of the best ones to navigate this NIL and getting top players.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be good at it, just like Texas is going to be. The Texas schools will be good at it. The heavyweights will be good at it. Alabama will get what they need out of it. And Ohio State, those programs are going to do fine. But, yeah, Miami should do well with this, and you've seen some of the things, but that doesn't guarantee anything. I mean, obviously, Derek King was one of the first NIL kind of superstars. Remember how upfront they were about it? He's going to be a slot receiver for the Patriots.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and that surprised me because I really thought he had that kind of talent to be a top quarterback.
Well, I mean, he had a good career at Houston, so – but, yeah, it just didn't – what happened last year, they played Alabama in the opener. And a lot of teams that play Alabama in the opener, it just doesn't get right from there. They were just the latest example.
A lot of shell shock. Bill Bender, Sporting News, as always. We appreciate your time. Follow him on Twitter at BillBender92. We thank you, sir. We'll check with you next week.
No problem. Thanks, Lanny.
Thanks, buddy. That's Bill Bender from Sporting News. We'll take a timeout.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com. At Stifel Nicholas, we're committed to offering investors personalized investment guidance. We're a full-service organization with departments staffed with professionals that specialize in a wide range of investment opportunities, from the most conservative to the most aggressive. We strive to give each account, regardless of size, careful, individual attention. Call 4Member today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. And welcome back to a nice, cool, crisp Wednesday morning. Lots of sunshine, rain coming in. We got high school baseball, softball playoffs underway. We'll head up to our phone line and check in with our good friend Juju Phillips, fresh off the present year, 2-year class of the Catawba County Sports Hall of Fame presentations on Monday night. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, Lanny. Good morning, as always. Pleasure to join you this morning. And yeah, it was a really good night. Really good night for the Catawba County Sports Hall of Fame Monday evening.
And I'm assuming participation was as good as always.
It was, and a couple of probably reasons for that. One of obviously with the pandemic, I think a lot of people wanted to get out and see some friends they haven't seen in a month of Sundays. We combined 2 classes from 2020 and 2022. I would imagine had we added the 2021 class, if we had one, which we didn't, we would have had an even bigger crowd. But you throw all that in there, plus the fact that we changed the format a little bit, and we recognize a lot of the high school kids and give out scholarships. There was just a little bit for everybody, young, old, medium, some guys that from different sports, and ladies that played basketball back in the day. Some pioneers in Catawba County sports history, another NASCAR driver, some coaches. So yeah, it was a really good night. Probably one of the best nights we've ever had in the 20 years of the Hall of Fame.
And you talk about the high school side. You do some scholarships. Where does your funding come from for those scholarships, Juju?
Local law firm, Tripp Cody Law Firm, along with the Helton Cody Law Firm. Based out of Hickory. Tripp is a Catawba County native, went to Fred T. Ford, Lenore Ryan, he's been involved in local things a lot. He's been the president of the Bears Club over at Lenore Ryan. So he loves his local sports. A couple of years ago, we partnered with him to start giving away scholarships, and he is a generous partner for that program, which is now going next year. Will be in our 4th year. So, and it looks like the years that we've given away to the top scholar athlete, one male, one female from Catawba County, give away a scholarship to each one. Everybody that of the 6 that we've given away so far, all of them, except obviously for the ones that we gave away this year, they're still playing sports in the collegiate side, and some of them are doing quite well.
Well, I think it's awesome that you can give back and start at such a young age with that. That's one of those things that I think is important. I think kids never forget that. I know you guys do a recognition of a male and female athlete from each high school. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we do that, and the high schools have really been cooperative. Their athletic directors and athletic personnel from all Catawba County high schools, they work with their coaches, and they come up with the student athlete, male and female. They submit it to the Hall of Fame, and we go over everything. And I read off a lot of the biographical information, Lanny, and it gives you pause. It makes you wonder, how. And I say it all the time in my little speech. These kids, even though they play sports, 2 or 3 sports, they're all conference. They win awards. They're on championship teams. They have fantastic grade point averages. They're going off to colleges, and they find time to do community service. Their resumes at age 18, 17 and 18 years old, amazing. And it makes you proud to know that, maybe our society going forward with these kind of kids, leading the way, our society will be much better off.
That's awesome. What else you got going on, my friend?
Busy day and busy week, actually. If you follow LR sports, lacrosse opens the NCAA playoffs today. They're at home against the University of Indianapolis out of Indiana. It's a 4:00 game. They played each other earlier in the year. Indianapolis won the game. It was at Hickory. It was a season opener, but now it's a rematch in the playoffs. The men's lacrosse team at LR is in the tournament for the 4th time in 5 years. And they have won 10 straight or 11 straight matches in a row. So they're on a run right now. So maybe they'll make another run to get to the national championship game that they made a year ago. The softball team, which finished 2nd in the conference, is the 2nd seed in the region. They opened the tournament today, Thursday, Lanny, at home. And that is, again, a 2:00 game. And the baseball team, which won the South Atlantic Conference tournament championship, they will not find out until they make the playoffs with the selection show on Sunday. But more than likely, the Bears are going to have a road game as they open the regionals for only the 2nd time in school history. They've made the NCAA baseball playoffs. So it's going to be a busy time, at least for the next couple of days. The LR baseball team probably won't play again until probably about a week from Thursday. So they will have taken off a couple of weeks. I don't know how that will affect them, because they were certainly on a roll for a while, winning the tournament. And then they had to take a couple of weeks off until they find out about the NCAA, the playoffs. And so they'll play again. I believe it's like the 25th or 26th of May will be the first time or the next time that they play. So it's going to be a wait, but we'll see. But the Bear baseball team in the playoffs for only the 2nd time in school history. Fore and I were talking about that a little bit yesterday, in the fact that I don't like breaks in the action. He said, it can work both ways. If you're on a roll like LR was, maybe hurts you just a little bit because of the break in the action, the momentum that's going. But if you're a little dinged up, or you could rest some arms, that's a welcome thing. But it just seems like an awful long time to go to get into playoffs. It is, and from what I've been able to gather and talking with some of the folks that follow NCAA Division II baseball, this was a South Atlantic Conference thing, that they wanted to get everything done before a lot of the schools even graduated. If they wanted to, they could change things up, their different tournament formats that they could use. We all knew that we followed the regular season this year in baseball, that not all the teams played each other. Well, they got another week to spare. Certainly they can play another 3 to 6 games or 2 to 4 games in conference play and maybe have a chance to play everybody in the league, and then maybe have the conference tournament a week later. Is what I guess I'm getting at. And right now, my understanding is this weekend or this week, some of the teams that are they're trying to get into the playoffs are still playing. They have their conference tournament. So the SAC was ahead of everybody else, and now the teams that are making the playoffs probably going to be Newberry, Lenore-Ryan, and Wingate. They've been waiting now they're going to wait for about 2 weeks.
So I guess, and I'm making an assumption here, so Division II doesn't have a real good clear-cut structure of when things should happen.
No, I think they do. I just think it's left up to the conferences to determine when they want to have their postseason tournament. And they got to have everything done by a certain day. And I think the South Atlantic Conference just finished earlier than everybody else.
Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't sure because, when you think of other folks in other conferences and divisions, it seems to be a little bit more structured. When you think of basketball, the mid-majors usually finish up a week earlier than the major conferences with their conference tournaments, and they have to wait a week to get into the big dance. But that's the only one I can think of. But it's still fairly structured.
Yeah, and the NCAA, I believe, with Division II, they're structured. And, again, they leave it up to how they want to do it. They give you certain dates and windows to get in whatever you need to get in, games and tournaments. And especially for football, you think about football, the NCAA does not allow Division II teams to play games in August. But they always open up the seasons coming up on the Labor Day weekend. So that's interesting. It's a little bit different model than everybody else for the Division I. Division II is different, and I think Division III is a lot like Division II. I don't know all the behind the scenes. I just did know, and I was told last night, in fact, that the South Atlantic Conference finished up before anybody else in the area, and that's one reason why the teams are having to wait another extra week.
Gotcha. What else is going on, my friend?
Well, I didn't want to, we talked about the LR baseball team, and I didn't want to overlook what a couple of other collegiate baseball teams in this area are doing. CVCC's baseball team won their conference tournament championship. Lanny, they're going on to the playoffs, and the Caldwell Community College baseball team just getting started. And the guy that coaches Caldwell, Frank Pate, we've had him on the show. He's coached at Catawba Valley Community College. He started the program there. He was the coach at Lenore-Ryan the last time they made the playoffs 21 years ago. And now he's got his team in the I guess it's junior college Division II or Division III playoffs. And they're up they're going to be playing in Pennsylvania after they won their regional championship. So they're moving on. So college baseball, even at the community college level and Division II, certainly very good. You got 3 championship programs.
I was looking at some pictures that you had posted. The press box and the stadium facilities are really coming together nicely.
Yeah, they are.
And I didn't realize the visiting side was getting work done at the same time.
They are.
I thought it was going to be a phase, but there were some pictures even from that.
Yeah, they have started the east side or the visitor side, the visitors' locker room and the lacrosse locker rooms. The flooring's been laid, or the footers, whatever you want to call them. But as soon as the lacrosse playoffs are over, and there won't be anybody occupying the stadium, they will close it down and really get busy. They should have. My understanding is they've enclosed all the press box area, and they're working on the insides. I had a chance to go inside over the weekend, and they're partitioning off all the rooms, and it's a great view. It's a higher view than if anybody's ever been in that press box before. It is a much higher view than it's ever been before. We're up on the 3rd floor, Lanny. There's still another floor above us where it's an open air kind of thing where the film crew is going to be, and that's 4 or 5 stories high, and it's probably one of the highest buildings, though definitely the highest building on LR's campus, and you can see most of Hickory from up there.
Yeah, and I want to say, I don't know if it was you, somebody had said that it will be the largest or something Division II stadium. What was the, or something
I don't know
like
about that.
One of the largest?
I I don't know about the largest. There are some division teams that play Division II that have some historically black schools, especially that have some stadiums that seat over 10,000. It's Grand Valley State seats, I want to say 15,000 or something like that. I don't know about the attendance-wise, but it's certainly going to be one of the prettiest football stadiums for Division II in the country, because you're up close and personal, and you got all different sight lines. It's going to have luxury suites and different amenities for fans, both on the home and visitor side. So it's going to be one of the prettiest Division II, Lanny, stadiums, but I don't think in terms of attendance, it's going to be somewhere in the middle, somewhere between 6 and 6,500. So that's as big as probably, most of the Division II schools around the country. Most of them are anywhere between 3,000 to 6,000.
What else you got, my friend?
That's about it. We're winding down here at school. We're gearing up for testing next week, and day 156 today. I mean, we're here, and it's exciting, Lanny, to see for some of these kids that some of them have really put in a lot of work in the classroom this year, and hopefully they'll do well when our testing season rolls around next week. Has it made a difference, you think, getting back to pretty normal schedule for this school year? It took a little while to get started, but kind of back to normal what we had pre-pandemic? Oh, yeah. It certainly has. I think, especially at the middle school level, where the kids, their social life is all, that's the most important thing in their life, and they're social creatures for the first time, and they're more concerned about their friends than anything else, even more than their schoolwork or whatever. But, for them to get back to being kids, doing that more than ever, getting back to normal is good. And we've had that a lot over the last, 5 to 6 months. I can see that. All right, my friend. Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. As far as I know, we'll get back underway into a little normal schedule for us. We should be back down at Three Hermanos on Monday night. I think the rain's coming in Friday and Saturday, but I think it'll be nice weather for Monday, and we should be back out on the patio. Fantastic, man. Looking forward to it as always. All right, my friend. Have a good day. We'll talk to you again soon. We'll take a quick time out and be back with more here on The Bottom Line.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
At Stifel Nicholas, we're committed to offering investors personalized investment guidance. We're a full-service organization with departments staffed with professionals that specialize in a wide range of investment opportunities, from the most conservative to the most aggressive. We strive to give each account, regardless of size, careful, individual attention. Call 4Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. And welcome back. Time for us to wind it up here on a Wednesday morning. Let's see if I got any other comments that may have come in while we were out trying to get my volume set here so I can hear. Appreciate Bill, as always. Appreciate Juju. Stephen Lowe said he likes what Freeman's doing at Notre Dame with recruiting. Now let's see about the coaching. Richie said, the U in Texas are back when you aren't hearing the fans and alumni yelling, "We're back," every year. Texas did not have one kid get drafted in the draft. I don't know if that's ever happened where Texas didn't have at least one. Could be. Remind you of a couple things. We will have baseball. I'll keep you updated that on WLON. Schedule for Friday. That's the next round schedule. But we'll see if the rain forces them to back it up just a little bit. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Already up to about 60 degrees, going up to about 80. We'll do it all again in the morning. 4Rembert will be back with me in the morning, and then we'll go for there. I'll keep you updated on things. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'll see you sometime in the morning. Oh, I forgot. Special show tonight, 6 o'clock. Mo Peoples and we've got a special show with a nonprofit organization that he works with for at-risk youth up in the Bunker Hill area, and they'll be joining me here in studio, so hopefully you can join in for that. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe and be blessed. See you guys.